Hey guys, it's Izzy from Endless RVing, and in today's video we're going to be sharing with you some external upgrades we did on our 2019 Newmar Baystar, so you're not going to want to miss it.
We're going away, get your bag, check the tag, decision is made, lock your door, need no more, it's already paid, cancel your mail for a while, it's a journey for life and I'm going.
So guys, we're here, beautiful Triple Brook campsite in Blairstown, New Jersey. We're going to be showing you some upgrades that we did on our Newmar, and the upgrades we're going to show you are pretty common upgrades, especially for this model and anything on the F53 chassis, which is a very common chassis for gas Class A's. Okay, so without further ado, I'll start showing you. Okay, we're going to start over here. So we picked up this rig in February of 2019. By the time we were driving, we live in northern New Jersey, we picked it up in Albany. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive back. And what happened was it was already sunset coming down. So I had turned the headlights on and I immediately realized that the headlights from the factory suck. And anybody that owns a Newmar knows the headlights from the factory suck. We couldn't see anything. So I quickly went on the forums, and you guys on the forums were great. Found that LED headlight bulbs were a great upgrade, and that's what I went with. So for this particular model, the Newmar Baystar, you're going to have two bulbs that you're going to change. It's going to be a 905 and H11 LED bulbs. We chose to go with Beam Tech. There's a lot of brands out there. I believe M4 is a pretty popular one, a little more expensive than the Beam Tech, but I'll tell you right now, we've had this in. That was like the first upgrade I did. It's about a 15-minute job. You open up the hood, take out the old bulb, put in the new one, put it back. That is it. The difference in spread and in brightness, it is not even a comparison. I think the bulbs cost, I think it was under 60 bucks for the bulb. It might be even less than that. I don't know. I'll put the link down below, but I'll tell you right now, you can actually see where we live. There is no lights. It is pitch dark. This lights up the road. So 100% worth it. We're using Beam Tech 905 H11. That's going to be low and high beam. Put the link below. That's the #1 upgrade that we did. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to have to crawl underneath a bit. I'm going to cut out, come back to you when we're underneath the rig. Guys, we're underneath the rig right now. Give MJ a thumbs up because she is doing the soldier crawl here on her belly. After a 5-mile run. Yeah, after a 5-mile run. So the other thing we realized on that drive from Albany was, holy crap, when a trailer passes, you know, big tractor, it's blowing us around. And again, I've read those complaints, especially about the Class A's and the F53. They just don't have the weight, and the chassis is just not made like those big diesel pushers. So fortunately, there's a way to help alleviate a lot of that. And one of the big ways, it's called a Safety Plus steering stabilizer. Basically what this does, this bolts on to the steering rod. Very easy job. This is a 45-minute job. You just need some basic tools. You definitely need an impact wrench if you don't have that. You install this thing, then you're going to take it out for a test drive. Make sure the steering is straight. You might have to make a couple adjustments here and there. It's all clearly laid out on YouTube videos. Very easy. But I'm telling you right now, this makes a huge difference when we're driving down the road. We don't get blown around. We also combined it with a couple other things, which I'm going to show you. But the difference between these suspension upgrades, and again, a lot of these you can do on your own. Everything I'm showing you on here, I did on my own. It's going to make a huge difference, and you might save yourself, you know, like $80,000 from buying a diesel pusher. If that's not something you really don't need, you can get a pretty good ride out of this with these upgrades. So we're going to position ourselves better to show you the next upgrade, and we'll get back at you shortly. Guys, we're back. We are still underneath. I'm going to show you the next suspension upgrade we did. You're probably very familiar with this. If you have an F53 chassis motorhome, they're called Sumo springs. And I'm not going to go into how these things work. You can go on the website of Sumo Spring and it'll explain everything way better than I can. But what I tell you is that they're pretty easy to install. If you can get the front wheel off and you can put it back on, that is definitely the hardest part of installing these things. It took me 3 hours to do the front and about 3 hours to do the back. I did them over 2 weekends. I saved myself a lot of money. The parts they're not cheap, but they're not as expensive as the labor. Okay, so here's my front sumo spring. Okay, it's sitting a little high right now because this campsite is a little off. It's not very level, so there's a lot less tension on the left side here to level it off. But they come in pairs. You have front and rear. They're specific to your chassis. We're on a 24,000 pound chassis, so make sure when you order them, you get the right one. Basically, how they work is when your rig leans to one side, the spring on the sumo spring on the other side, it wants to kind of pull it back straight, while the one on one side is pushing itself. So it's what it does. It greatly reduces the amount of lean around turns, and any kind of lean if you're turning, back and forth. That is what they do, and they do them pretty well. And they're polyurethane. They're going to last you a long time. We've installed them, and they're great. Unfortunately, MJ didn't get a chance to drive it without them, so she really can't appreciate, but I can tell you it is a significant difference with riding with them and without them. So front sumo springs, another upgrade we did, okay? We're gonna reposition ourselves for better camera work, and we'll come back at you with the next upgrade we did. All right, guys, next upgrade we did, right here, RV snap pads. Basically, these are thick. They're probably about 3 inches or so thick. It's a recycled rubber pad, and what it does on your landing gear, if you have automated leveling landing gear, you put these on, they snap in, and that's it. They're on there like for good. What it does, it increases the surface area. It gives you a little more inches, if you want to say, inches, to give you a little more adjustment on leveling, and they work great. We loved them. They've been really good. They do give first responder discounts as well as military discounts, so that's pretty awesome, and the stuff's made in the USA. I'd highly recommend them. We love them. They've worked easy, like 5 minutes to put on. 2-man job, one watching, the other one hitting the hydraulic legs. That is number 4, snap pads. Guys, next upgrade we did, really, it's helped keep the camper way cleaner inside. They are carpeted step covers, entry step covers. These are made by Camco. They're a carpet, but they don't stay wet. Whatever they're made out of, they get wet, they dry right away. But this allows you to clean your feet thoroughly before you go in. They're real easy to install. There's just some spring tension here. You can see there's eyelets here. You hook them in. It's 4 on each side. This is easy peasy. Real cheap. I think I got these on Amazon for like 22 bucks. These are the 24-inch ones. So just make sure you measure out how wide your step is before you order them, because they are specific to the width of the step. Super easy to put in. Definitely worth it. Entry step covers from Camco. Okay. All right, guys. Next thing we got, something that was driving me nuts was the gutters they put on from the factory. Now, this is going to be specific to your manufacturer. I can tell you from Newmar, they put gutter extensions, but they weren't long enough. That condensation coming from the air conditioning rain was allowing the water to pour down the side. Listen, water over time wears things out. So my concern was to start wearing out the seals, and also it leaves just these disgusting stains. So I went on Amazon, I found some generic gutter extensions. I'll put the link below. These things, I had to kind of Dremel cut them a bit so they'd fit, and then I screwed them in and put some silicone, but you can see the condensation coming down. And you got a couple of drops here, but mostly it's coming straight down. If you can look, take a shot here where it's coming down in the grass. It is coming straight down in the grass, right here, bypassing my sidewall, keeping everything relatively clean. Anybody who owns a Newmar Baystar knows that the ones from the factory, it just pours down your side. So I think those are 11 bucks. A little bit of time, maybe 40 minutes or so to Dremel, cut, shape it, and then silicone around, screw them in, self-tapping screws. Very easy to do. Gutter extensions, front and rear. Guys, so we're back. We're at the rear of the rig now. I'm going to show you a couple more things, a couple more upgrades we did specifically to the suspension, okay? We did a we did the front sumo springs. We also did the rear sumo springs, which are going to be right over here. I don't know if you can see that yellow, looks like a spongy spring. Okay, rear sumo springs, they work exactly like the front. What they do is they counteract the sway. Again, you can go on Sumo Springs website and show you exactly how it works. They'll explain it much better than me. Just understand, when you install these, if you choose to do so like I did, you got to remove both. You definitely have to remove both rear wheels, okay? So just keep in mind they're about 100 plus pounds each. If you can do it, knock yourself out. If you got a buddy to help you, do it. But it's a little more work, but it definitely can be done with some basic tools. The other thing we're going to show you here, this blue apparatus. It's made by Super Steer. That is a rear track bar, and again, what that does, it kind of battles what's called tail wag, and there's a bar running from one side of the frame to the other, and it just tightens up the back. It doesn't allow that tail to wag. If a truck passes by you and you get that wind blowing on you, it keeps that tail tracking straight. That's a pretty easy job to do. You just need an impact wrench essentially in about an hour of your time. There's no drilling, there's no cutting. Pretty easy job to do. I did it myself in less than an hour, actually at a campground. So that's a little expensive, but it makes a huge difference. So when you combine that track bar with the sumo springs, front and rear, that safety, the difference is dramatic. We're hoping to maybe put front and rear anti-sway bars, upgrade those. We may not need them, but if we can, we're going to do them. But I'll tell you right now, it makes a dramatic difference. So it might be something you want to think about. So guys, we're back on our feet. MJ's happy about that. Listen, those are the some of the exterior upgrades we did. You don't have to do them. It's just what we did. We're going to share with you the suspension upgrades. If you could pull it off, I'm telling you, it's a big difference. So thank you guys for watching. MJ's behind the mic or behind the camera. If you liked the video you saw, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, share, tell your friends about it. Also, I'm going to put the links of everything that was on here on the Amazon links. Listen, if you find it somewhere else cheaper, go for it. Pay less. I can tell you with the suspension stuff, the cheapest I found was on Amazon. It was pretty significant. I think I saved about $600 to $700 just buying the stuff on Amazon. So if you're going to buy it on Amazon, click on those links. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It helps us out. Amazon throws us a small commission. Trying to save that money, buy new cameras, buy better video equipment, bring you guys better video. We appreciate you guys watching. The channel is growing rapidly. We're approaching 600 subscribers, and it's because of you. Thank you for the positive feedback. And for myself, MJ, who's behind the camera, who's loving the comments about her camera work. We thank you guys from beautiful Triple Brook Campground, and we hope to see you guys on the road.